Sorry for the mess up right there, but welcome to Thunder and Lightning. I am your host, Dan, and standing next to me is the lovely and talented Nikki. Nick, what's up tonight? How's it going? Are you happy that the draft is finally over?
Yes.
That's good. So take us around. We had a very fun weekend. Thursday night, I was at your house. We had a lot of fun talking about the draft. Friday night, you and me were like, screw it, let's just do another live for round 2 and 3. And then unfortunately, family life took over for me for Saturday, and you living a busy life on Saturday. So we didn't get to fully jump into the later rounds, but it seemed like for the most part, the Giants did a decent job. They were the only team to not draft an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. We'll get into that later on, but overall, you did write a very nice article on JSN. Well, 2 good articles on JSN, so be sure to check both of those out. Basically saying, take it away. What's your biggest takeaway going onto the regular season and mini camp and rookie camp? Like, what was your biggest takeaway of this draft, other than Twitter being stupid and not knowing how to understand reading?
Yeah, people they just cannot read. So after today and after Blonde Blitz, I am completely done on the draft talk. I am not going on any, just so everybody knows who's reaching out to me to be on their show. I am not going on to talk about Giants draft picks. Like, I'm done with it. We're over it. I've said everything that I need to say. I've gotten murdered and slaughtered for the past 4 days. So I am like, irritated, on edge, and I'm just kind of tired of it. My takeaway is simply this, okay? They went for some positional depth, which you and I have been projecting for months now. That is what they were going to do. You and I also did our mock drafts, and not one time did we draft a quarterback, okay? So I think like you could read between the lines, which people can't do because they can't even read a simple one sentence without interpreting it the wrong way. Right. I think that the Neighbors pick at 6 was always right in front of everybody's face. I think people are cherry picking what they want to hear and read and see to fit their narrative. I think that if one of those quarterbacks was their guy, they would have moved, like you say, heaven and earth. They would have done everything they could have to get their guy. And the fact that JJ McCarthy was sitting there at 6 and they went Neighbors, I think tells you everything you need to know. And just to clear up the whole, they wanted Drake May. They wanted to move up. Like, Neighbors was the second choice. I just want to make this very, very clear. And I know people don't want to hear this. And they've literally told me, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. They talk to teams ahead and behind them. Actually, a surprising amount of teams behind them that were interested in moving up. So this wasn't just, they tried it with the Patriots. They wanted to get Drake May. Oh, and that's it. And Neighbors was the second best. And I heard that, like, they were trying to, like, coddle Daniel Jones's feelings about this because they wanted Drake May and they only told him certain things. Guys, they talk to teams ahead and behind them. So I don't know, like, how much more clear I can make these things. But at the end of the day, they went positional depth. Now it's about developing the talent that they have. And everyone, we didn't get offensive linemen. We did, but didn't we sign a couple in free agency? And we have a new offensive line coach. So it's like, can we let him get a fair shake? Can we let these guys develop? So the Giants fan base has absolutely imploded and lost their mind. And I just cannot understand Why?
Well, all right. I get what you're saying with the offensive line. I think with the pieces that we did get in the offseason, free agency, valuable pieces, obviously. But I think when you can not guarantee getting a rookie contract for the next 4 years on an offensive lineman, obviously if a guy was there, it would have made a difference. Of like, I think other than the second round was the only time there was someone there valuable to get one. So I understand that aspect. You're not going to force draft the offensive lineman, especially in day 3 when it's really the best player available. But it just seemed weird on them not going and addressing that situation, especially getting someone for 4 years basically on the cheap. So with that being said, and then having the new coach basically from day 1 grooming this player to hopefully the next 4 years. So,
but they have offensive linemen. They're going to let the new coach do what he's supposed to do, which is develop talent. Like,
I'm just saying from that perspective of having someone for the next 4 years, I just was expecting at least at some point we were going to get offensive line. It is what it is. It's over with. So I'm not really going to like bang the table. Oh, I can't believe we didn't get one. I'm just saying I'm kind of shocked. As for everything else, it seemed like we both like the Newbin pick more than just because we mock draft him twice. I think he's already going to be a plug and play guy, and he just seems to be that guy that in a year or two could be wearing the captain's tee. It just seems like he's going to fit right in. He's going to be downhill in the box and just making plays with the other linebackers, and him being able to be a ball hawk. Those couple of those interceptions that they saw, there you go, Ring, one for you. The first interception, you can just see he's a ball hawk, and he's finding ways to confuse quarterbacks, and a couple of the interceptions were really, really impressive. So hopefully with that going into it, it's just that gets you excited. Andrew Phillips, on the other hand,
you. Like, we didn't reach for an offensive lineman. So freaking what? Like, so what? We have invested talent and money into the offense.
For record, I'm not complaining. I'm just making my observations of like, all right, interesting. Because you always complain. Because all you do is complain that our offensive line is shit for the last decade, and it's just we can get one for the next 4 years. I think I'm pretty shocked that we didn't try to get an offensive line, but
maybe they didn't like any of the guys. Do you people ever think that that's the case? Like, maybe
it's the quote unquote a great class of offensive linemen, and we didn't get one of them. We're the only team in the league not to get one. Is weird.
Yeah, but maybe they felt comfortable with who they had.
All right. Well, week 1, when we give up 30 sacks,
you can't judge it. No, you can't judge it on week 1. Week 1 is
all right. Week 1, fine. All right. But in October, when we're leading the league in sacks again, because Dan Jones is a bag of mush, I don't want to hear it.
I'm saying, like, all I'm saying to you is there's got to be a reason they didn't grab one of those guys. Right? Like, what?
No, you're right. I'm not saying we're not, either of us are right or wrong. It's just I was just very interested that we're out of the 32 teams, we're the only team not to get one. But
anyway, whatever. They obviously just didn't. I don't know. Maybe they didn't like somebody. Yeah. I don't know. We're not there. Like, yes, Schoen did say he was comfortable with the offensive line. Like he said, he was comfortable with the quarterback room, which, can we just, before we move on, can we just spell this out for the cheap seats in the back who don't understand like what the words that I'm like trying to say and what I've said over the past 4 days is that whether you like it or not, and I don't really like it, I just like let that be very clear. The Giants do have a quarterback. The quarterback is Daniel Jones. And whoever said quarterback is, if that ends up being Drew Lock by week 5 or 6, which I think it might be.
God, I hope so.
I am rooting. There's nothing we can do, everybody. So I am rooting for a successful season for
Right.
whoever the Giants starting quarterback is. Now, Danny, please explain this to me. Please explain the mindset here. Why is this concept so fucking hard for people to comprehend? Please, I need to know why this is such a difficult concept. Is everybody stupid?
I think we're in the day of age of everybody having a platform on X, on Instagram, on whatever, that they think just because they study the amount we all do, that we know just as much as the guys that are getting paid millions and millions of dollars. I think with Daniel Jones, unfortunately, it is a very hot topic. And you're going to be getting the people that ultra defend him and ultra despise him. And unfortunately, both of those sides are the minority of the situation, but they're the loudest. Where you have people like you and me and a lot of other people that are in the middle and they just want to win ball games. And if it is Tommy DeVito, if it is Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, hell, you, me at quarterback, as long as we win 2-0, 3-0, 3-2, it doesn't matter. We're going to win the game. We're going to be happy about the product, even though the product on the field obviously sucks. But at the end of the day, as long as the Giants win, those people are happy that they won. But at the end of the day, obviously, is it substantial enough to make it a long run for them to become a playoff team through year in and year out?
But you didn't really answer my question. I want to know why I got raked over the coals for saying whether it's Daniel Jones or Drew Lock, why, and I'm rooting for them to have a successful season. And I flat out was told, no, we're not rooting for that. So then I asked everybody, well, if you're not rooting for a successful season by whoever the quarterback is, do you even watch the game? And then, like, what is the point of watching? Or do you watch the game and then do you just sit there and, like, hope they have a bad game? And do you know I couldn't get, like, a solid answer? Because at the end of the day, it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. So,
Right.
So if you don't like Daniel Jones, what do you just why do you watch? Why are you a fan? Like, do you want him to have a bad game? Is that what these people do? They sit here
no, it's 100%. They'll be
wish and hope he sucks.
They hope he sucks, but if they win, they'll be quiet enough and celebrate them winning. It's have their cake and eat it too type of thing with that. I know people that are like that.
No, but you can't. And I've got receipts of all you fuckers out there who raked me over the coals for the past 4 days. So if I see any of these people on Twitter who are like, "Oh, Daniel Jones is having a great season,"
but this is where those people also, these people are also the people of, like, oh, for example, 2 years ago, Saquon ran for 150 yards. Daniel Jones didn't do anything, so it wasn't because of him winning these games. So the people that are in that much of a hate for Daniel Jones still finds ways to sugarcoat that their displeasure for Daniel Jones. And unfortunately, with Daniel Jones,
so you're telling me they're going to sit there and
yes, I've witnessed
and
it.
Root for him to have a bad game, even though he's the quarterback of the team you're a fan of. They're going to sit there and hope he has a bad game. Is that
Dude,
what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, I've seen it. I have family members. My family members that hate Daniel Jones make me look like I am like Brian Porras on Twitter. Like, they make me look like Daniel Jones can do absolutely no wrong. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I trust me. People rather watch us lose with Daniel Jones than from magical reasons why that we're better off. And what sucks is I didn't want this episode to be about Daniel Jones.
Okay, well, it is, because it's
6 guys got drafted by us, and it's like unfortunate for those 6 guys. Like, I was more excited to talk about these guys, but Daniel Jones is a hot button topic, and it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I'm bringing it up because it's very relevant to what I've just
Right.
gone through
No,
the past
I
4
agree with
days.
you. I'm just
Being
saying, like,
called, and first of all, why do we have to attack people? Like, again, I'm happy to disagree with anybody. And I was said in my article, you know, and I said on Twitter, I basically like what the Giants did. I was iffy on Tyrone Tracy. And not that I had a debate with anybody, but those of you who kind of gave me your points, we had a respectful adult
right.
conversation. But what you can't do, your argument is null, void, and invalid the minute you come at me and you start attacking the way I look. Because you can't have an intelligent conversation about football is really what you assholes are all about.
That's where the disconnect is. And Darius, obviously, I wasn't making fun of Brian. Brian's a good guy, but he's the biggest Daniel Jones supporter, win or lose. Yeah. All right. What did Darius say?
He says, at this point, I'm a Jones skeptic. I don't hate him, but I don't love him as much as I used to.
Right.
Want him to earn his respect back. If not, then he has to go. Simple as that. And Darius,
Yes,
I think like all of us are have the same mindset,
so
really.
Darius is in the middle with me and Nikki.
Yes. And there's a rational, sane part of this fan base that feels the same way.
Unfortunately, isn't a part of X or social media, and that's
but you know what? Problem. I feel like that's politics too. You have both ends of crazy people, and regular people in the middle are like just
they're looking at both sides, and you're like, you both are criminally insane on both sides.
Like, are we? Like, I honestly felt like I was taking crazy pills, and then I said I was excited about the Malik Neighbors pick. And oh my god, you thought like what I said. You might as well have taken me out to like the town square and stoned me to death because
I saw people agreeing with Mark Ross, who was basically a war criminal to Giant fans across the country.
Wait, I didn't see that. What happened?
So Mark Ross says not all wide receivers can save a quarterback, basically throwing Daniel Jones under the bus. And all the Daniel Jones haters you see that? Even Mark Ross knows that.
Well, so I saw people saying like they're rooting for the team to lose to get a high draft pick next season.
Right.
Like you got to be trolling, or are you just like sick in the head? Like what? Like
people are legitimately sick.
Why be a fan? What? I don't understand it.
Because their fandom of the Giants rolls deep, and it doesn't matter for good or bad. I want the long-term solution to be fixed. That's their logic. It's the same argument that people had with people that hated the Saquon Barkley pick. There were people like he was on the team for 5 years. Mm-hmm. The second the guy got drafted, no matter what Saquon did, it was all because of the second pick overall and how much Dave Gettleman messed up the franchise up to now. And those people that hated Saquon are not the same. Some of them might be the same people, but it's the same exact gang mentality of like, all right, I'm never changing my ideology of a certain player. Once I have that dislike for someone, it's over with, you know? So
do you think that these people also have short-term memories because the team was in the playoffs 2 years ago?
No, they don't. But they'll tell you that Minnesota Vikings were the worst defensive team ever.
And but it doesn't matter. You got
right. I agree with you. I'm telling you.
It doesn't matter. Nobody thought we were beating Philly. I mean, I'm not that like friggin'.
Well, Will's one of them, but I know other people. But Will is the biggest one on Twitter, and I like Will as a person. I've seen him. This guy Will that I've hung out with at tailgates. He from day one never liked Saquon, and it became his identity. So
I think I'm with Chris. You know what? I think I'm just gonna start calling everybody out on the show because I don't care anymore. So I think next week I'm just gonna pull up my list and start calling you all out. And I don't care. I really don't. You actually can come on this podcast and argue with me if you want to. I'm just going to start calling you all out. I'm not, you could be the nice one and protect identity and names, but I'm done with that shit.
All right. No, it is what it is. I'm not bashing anybody. It's just knowing like the people. Like I'm not outing my family. But
Is he your
like
family?
some people are in my family.
You don't have to out your family. You don't have to out anybody. What you do is what you do. Let me preface this so you don't get any of my shit. My thoughts and opinions and who I call out are my own. They have no reflection on Danny, who is a nice guy. But I am sick of a lot of you, and I think it's time we call you all out. I always allude to it by saying certain people, and I don't call them out, but I'm just going to from now on.
To be honest, I told everyone I was going to be emotional during the draft, and I'll be back to normal afterwards. Yeah, Chris, like, yeah, I get it. No, I get it. And what's I think that's the biggest blessing and curse about social media is we all have a platform.
Oh, everybody should not have a platform.
Yeah, and people are going to say the same about us, and some people are going to say the same about those other people that share it. But I just think for the most part, they are the loud minority on both sides. So I think the people that are in the middle, like us, just need to keep trugging along, keep on doing our homework, and just understand both of these sides are just never going to budge. And once we hopefully start winning for the team, hopefully we start winning and we become a playoff team, hopefully more than every 5 years, that'd be great. What do you think about people starting to lose faith in Joe Schoen?
I saw this, right? Was floating around today about how, they're asking for patience, and the fan base should not have patience anymore by year 3. It should be win now, and that's
Right.
it. But we got a couple new coaches in there. So we have a new defensive coordinator. We have a new offensive line coach. So do they get any grace as other coaches received to, develop talent and get their guys to buy into what they want to do? I have less patience than anybody absolutely realizes.
Trust me, I know.
I've got none.
Nikki's always at the red button. Nikki is
Yeah.
always at the red button, and some days I have to tell her to back off, and it's true. For you can never say they get a mulligan, but I think last year's Giant season, the coaching staff and Joe Schoen, to a degree, have the closest excuse for why last season failed. I think where they get the marks against them was not being able to build up on the depth of the offensive line. Once Andrew Thomas and unfortunately Evan Neal, even though as of to that point he wasn't doing anything great, you losing both tackles, and you had to play Josh Azudu at left tackle in the most crucial games. That's never good, and obviously that's where I think the red flag goes, especially when you're knowing you're going to be paying that quarterback that is already has to be perfect on every single aspect of his game. He can't improvise by himself. Just losing your left tackle after week 1 and just for whatever reason wasn't healing up until later in the season by the time Deion Jones was already healthy. That would be my
quarterback carousel. Like we had a quarterback. You can't, I mean, I've said it for years, and before I started working with you, it was like, what is going on with the, training and strength and conditioning here? Because we are always getting, our players are always getting hurt. And to your point, though, I think everyone needs to realize that no team is perfect. There's no front office out there that never has a red flag or a ding against them or a mark against them, right? It's impossible. You're going to make mistakes, and coaches and teams are going to mess up somewhere along the way. Nobody has like 100% hit rate, but yes, I understand it. I'm willing to give the new coaches a little grace to come in here and coach up their players and develop them. I have no patience anymore for the rest of the team and the veterans that have been here. And quite frankly, with Daniel Jones, as I said, just because I want him to do well don't mix up me hoping he has a successful season with me having confidence in the fact that he will have a successful season. Like, I so desperately want him to. I want any Giants quarterback to do well. But I think we've seen all we needed to see. So it's like, yes, do I think we need to address the quarterback situation at some point? Yeah, we do, but they didn't do it this season. So in the draft. So what are we supposed to do? Like,
the funniest thing I could relate to the whole Joe Schoen, Daniel Jones saga is they're a married couple that aren't getting along in theory, not getting along, and they're both starting to get eyes towards somewhere different. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, for whatever reason, they have to stay together. And I think that's
they stay together for the kids. People do that.
People do that. But what I'm saying is, for the end of the day, like, I think we've seen Joe Schoen try this whole draft process. And the one player that they did not, the one player they coveted, they tried to trade up, and the other team was like, absolutely not. We want more. And the Giants were like, okay, fine. All right. That means, all right, I guess I'm going to be staying with you for another year, for better or worse. So they better find a way to work.
Yeah, I get it, Chris. You know, he says very true. Other teams move on from their mistakes quickly. I get it. Hey, I never liked the Daniel Jones pick. Okay, I remember watching that pick, and I remember standing in my living room going, "What? Like, why? I don't get it." And I've never been in love with it, but when he's on the field, I want the team to win. So, you know, it's, yes, hoping for a win. I don't think he's the guy. I've never said he was the guy. I've never been, you know, a DJ Homer here. When he does well, I will give him accolades. When he does bad, we beat him up. Like, you know, yes, they're going to have to address this at some point. They didn't do it. The Patriots didn't bite, and, you know, for whatever reason, and, you know, I guess, you know, you always said, if the Giants, if it's their guy, they'll sell the farm for him. And they didn't do that. So what does that tell you? And they didn't take JJ, and JJ was sitting right there. What does that tell you?
Right. No. That's what it tells you.
What does it tell you?
See, it tells you they didn't like someone. Jones was overdrafted. He would have been there at 17. See, Darius, I love to think that, but as we saw, go ahead, ding. As we saw, like, Haskins was there. The Washington Redskins were ready at the time. The Redskins were ready to be jumping on them for Daniel Jones. There was no secret that Gruden liked Daniel Jones. So I think at that time, unfortunately, the Giants had to make a move at 6 because they knew they had 17 and they were able to get someone, aka Dexter Lawrence, in it. So I think they made the right move. Unfortunately, even though no one liked it at that time, looking back at it so many years later, unfortunately, they went with Daniel Jones.
Hey, what if he goes out there, Danny, and what if he balls out this season?
There's going to be a lot of quiet people on X and Twitter. And
I hope so. God,
it's going to be like,
alone.
Fuck, here we go again. This is great that Daniel Jones is finally playing well, but oh boy, here we go. Like, Daniel Jones this is what they're going to say. Look, Daniel Jones is fucking over the Giants once again. This is the second time he's done this in 3 years. Really? This guy just hates the Giants. That's going to be, I'm telling you right now, word for word, that's what people are going to say.
What kind of life do you live, these people, that, like, no matter what, they find negativity and like something?
They're
like
just
positive.
miserable. They're just miserable people.
They'll tell you they're not.
They'll
tell you they're the realists. They'll tell you
unfortunately, those same people are going to be telling you the ones that, like, how dare you show off on your photos? You wear too much makeup. Respectfully,
you know what?
They're the same people.
You know what? I will tell you, they're the same people who give me shit for hoping Daniel Jones has a good season. There was some crossover. They were some of the same people who were offended that I posted bikini pictures
Not shocking.
and told me that that's not how women should act.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, that's a wrap on the draft because I'm
Yeah,
done
we
with
didn't even
it.
talk about the draft.
We did talk about the
A
draft.
little
Like,
bit. A little
okay,
bit.
so we got a tight end. We figured that would happen. We got a wide receiver, converted over to running back. We have very small sample size.
Right.
And we got a linebacker
Who's
and
gonna play on special teams? Yeah.
okay, great. Anyway, we wrapped it up. If you want more, you can head over to JSN and read the 2 articles I wrote and the article that Danny wrote, and then you can get our full thoughts there. But it's time for food fight.
Food fight. So I had a fun weekend. It was my son's 4th birthday today.
Oh, okay.
So we had 3
Did you have
days
a
of
birthday party today or over the weekend?
we had 3 days of festivities. So
3-day birthday for a 4-year-old?
plural. So what happened was we for the people that don't know in public, my son did break his collarbone, cracked his collarbone like a month ago. So Saturday would have been the birthday party with all his daycare friends. So with that being said, we had to cancel the party. So what happened was we invited one of his friends at daycare that we've met the parents and they're pretty cool. So we're okay chilling with them. We would go to the Long Island Children's Museum, which is really fun for the kids to do. They'll like hands-on like things, and it's really cool. So they had fun. Then we went back to my house. I grilled some hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and then my wife got shrimp on sticks skewers. So we had that, and then like your typical potato salad, and
Oh, no,
I didn't eat that, but
no.
the usual stuff. And then
I
the
don't
kids
do
had
potato
ice cream at the
salad.
end.
No, what's the
do
usual stuff? I don't do potato
like
salad.
potato and macaroni salad. I don't touch, but that's what.
Oh God, it's like just sitting the
Yeah,
day
overkill.
out, right?
So that was good. Day one. Saturday.
I'm okay with the shrimp, but not the
Yeah,
mayo.
you would have eaten the shrimp with no problem.
Okay.
So that was Saturday. Sunday we had Nicole's family over and the usual Sunday dinner crew over. So we had Nicole hasn't made it in a while, so Nicole did Sunday sauce. Our next door neighbors came and celebrated because their daughter's the same age as Johnny, so it was cool. It was like a big family get together.
Was it the daughter's birthday too, or she's
No,
just
her birthday's in December. It's like, hey, come over, and one of their sons came over to watch the Nick game with me, so I had to set up the outside living room setup TV wise for the Nick game. But of course, it was like at 12:55. I texted you cursing at you, like,
yes,
of course
like,
they
I had
decided
something
to
to
do
do
it
with
now.
this.
I didn't blame you. I
Okay,
had
so what was Sunday sauce? What was it?
so it's the usual gravy features. It was meatballs, sausage, brachol
Oh
meat.
no, not this again. No.
Um,
This brujol, not this again. I can't do this
and
anymore.
then ribs. It's the usual. And
The
then
usual, okay, so hold on. The usual is like 8 different proteins. So you have
well, see,
ribs,
this is the thing.
meatballs.
Nicole doesn't make it weekly. She makes it like once or twice or 3 times a month. Like 3 times, like every like at least once a month. It's not a big weekly thing. I know people that do it weekly, but we don't have time to do all that. But
So you have 97 proteins,
right,
okay,
and pasta.
and
So
pasta, and what else?
and then birthday cake.
Wait, no salad? No salad.
She had salads and stuff, but I was on Anthony duty, so
I'm
I
trying to
really
figure out if I could have. So it looks like I could have eaten shrimp at your house on
on
Saturday.
Saturday. Sunday you would have had salad. You would have had
Okay.
salad. There was salad. And then you would have had fruit for dessert.
Oh, you had fruit. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
you
Was
always
it
have
okay?
fruit bowl.
What was the birthday cake?
It was Cold Stone. Cold Stone does it good. So
Ice
it
cream
was
cake?
it was vanilla. It was vanilla cake with vanilla ice cream and then chocolate cake layered on top, and then the frosting.
Ew.
was good.
I can't. Oh, first of all,
You just don't like ice cream, so that's on you.
I don't like ice cream. I don't like anything overly sweet, and that just sounds like a
It was
sugar
pretty
bomb.
sweet. I had it again tonight.
For dessert.
And then, yeah.
Would I have eaten dinner at your house tonight?
Yes, actually, you would have.
Oh, well, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so tell me.
Tonight was turkey burgers from Trader Joe's, which is pretty good. And Nicole's cousin came over, who's a vegetarian, so we had veggie burgers for her. Salad still. Corn on the cob. I know you don't like corn on the cob.
I hate corn on the cob.
I didn't have it tonight, but like roasted potatoes. I think you would have eaten the turkey burger. It was fine. You would have eaten.
Was it grilled or was it in the pan?
Grilled.
Okay.
You would have eaten.
Yeah, I don't do burgers like in the pan. So you showed me a little bit of your setup yesterday. I saw pretzels on the table, but did I see Doritos in the corner of the table?
Yeah, it was Doritos. My son likes the not the regular classic nacho Doritos.
Okay. Doritos smell disgusting. How do you guys get past the smell? Like, first of all, I'm definitely not eating Cool Ranch, but like the nacho cheese one, like they smell so bad.
Yeah, you gotta.
And then you get orange like all over your fingers.
Right. You just gotta deal with it.
And you just like, you don't mind?
Yeah, I didn't have any, but I stayed with the pretzels and the tortilla chips that you didn't see. But.
I didn't see that. So did you have dip for the pretzel and the tortilla chips or no?
Not last night since we're outside. Ugh. Warm onion dip is not great.
Ew. Ew.
That's my point. That's why we didn't have it.
I don't know. Sometimes people, I've seen those platters that got like the ice thing under it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. You guys entertain. So
we weren't expecting to be outside at all. And then it turned into, it's a nice day, so we might as well be outside. So we were not ready for outside food eating.
Did you guys have any alcohol like to serve to the adults that attended these parties?
Yeah, we had beer if people wanted. I just was relaxing and chilling, and I didn't feel like partaking in that. But yeah,
you never drink.
Because I'm not the biggest drinker anymore because my stomach gets messed up. So every now and then.
Drink. It's because beer like does that. That's why you don't like beer.
Right. Well, I don't mind beer. I have to stay on the lighter side of beer because of my stomach and everything else like that.
Yes, and then Darius, Doritos smell bad. I don't like the way they smell. Just like Fritos smell bad too.
Well, Fritos definitely smells bad.
They smell.
There's no denying that.
They smell so bad. Okay, so you didn't.
I do like to drink vodka and club soda or vodka and Sprite or just vodka and stuff. I like to keep it light. People will make fun of me that what am I, a woman? But it's fine because of my history with my stomach. I don't care.
I know lots of guys that drink vodka, so I don't think that's right. Just like
I know that, but people will be like, "Oh, really?" But if I'm going out. I like to drink lighter because of my stomach history and.
Okay, you keep the audience doesn't need to know about all like the stomach problems. Just
true,
keep harping
but
on
it's
the stomach. Darry says if the Doritos were in a smoothie, I might change my mind. Oh God, I think I would vomit or pass out.
No, ew, Darry.
A Dorito smoothie?
All right, Darry.
I can't do that. We're getting crazy now. We're getting a little too crazy. Although smoothie,
Darius is going nuts. He's like, you sprinkle in the Dorito.
He's probably putting ranch in there too. Like Darius, I got
Cool Ranch is my favorite though. I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think maybe Darius eats Cool Ranch. I think he's a ranch fan. So, did you see? Before we hop off, did you see my smash or pass? Apparently, I don't know if it's actually real, but it's ranch ice cream.
Oh,
would you try it or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm not trying it. Like, would you like take a little lick?
My ass would be in the bathroom the second I eat it.
No. Would you take like a little lick of it though?
No shot. No, absolutely not.
All right. I mean, ranch ice cream's like
And then
Wow.
what did you have this weekend other than grilled chicken, salad, smoothie, and coffee?
That's about it.
Sounds about right.
Oh, you know what? I had some hummus and pita chips.
Okay.
But I've really been on a strawberry kick, and I have gone through in 4 days like a massive amount of strawberries. I don't know why. I'm just like can't get enough strawberries. And then I was at the store today, and the grapes look so good.
It's grape season. It's grape season.
They were so good. But yes, I am just like on a strawberry kick. I just can't get enough of them.
I'm a white grape person. I like the white grapes. I could eat so many of those.
White grapes?
The whiter looking grapes, other than like the purple, like dark grapes.
You mean green?
Green, yes.
What?
Light.
What the fuck? What? So
I'm colorblind.
I was gonna say, are you actually colorblind?
I'm actually. Yeah.
Are you colorblind though?
Yes, 100%. I've told you this.
I don't remember. Okay, I'll give you a pass because I was about to just really make fun of you, but you're colorblind. I get it. Like
green, yes, they're green grapes. You're right.
They are.
On the fly, my head was like, "What color? Whatever color I'm gonna say, they're gonna be wrong." So I was thinking white wine, like white wine. So I was trying to stay in that ballpark.
I was no. But those grapes do sound good. I like really cold grapes. But yeah, I can't believe the amount of strawberries I've eaten in the past 4 days. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's been my kick lately. So I've just been eating like, I don't know, bins of strawberries. So but I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I am getting kind of hungry.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm probably gonna have a salad.
Sounds about right.
And some strawberries.
So with the salad, it's already pre-made?
So I get those salad kits, and then I get like the chicken that you just have to like, it's like they already, so here's the thing. I don't like to go get the rotisserie and like cut it up myself because it grosses me out. So I have to get it like already done. So then I just warm that up, and then I have the salad kit. Yes, very lazy, and I don't like to cook. And so that's what I do. And then I'll probably have some strawberries and grapes.
Do you like Chris's wine taste?
So I'm not a big so I don't like red wine. I like champagne and I like rosé. That's about it. Or like a sparkling rosé. But yeah. Do you drink wine? No.
No, I stay towards the white, or someone's gonna clip that. I like the whiter wines. Like
the whiter whites?
Yeah. No, the whiter wines.
Oh, the whiter wines.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's like struggle at life today here. Like, did you see the one clip I posted where you said like 87 times?
Yeah, because I was trying to like deflect, and I knew I saw the steam coming out of your ears. Thank you for protecting me.
Five stores. 6
5
stores?
stores today.
5 or 6 stores.
Anyway, thanks for watching tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the draft. Be sure to follow us on JSN. We have 3 articles out for recapping the draft. We have plenty of good news coming out of them for news coming out recently. Please check out That Sports Network. We're going to be on there still. Don't worry. Also, Blonde Blitz is still there. Please follow us on TNL_NYG for all the latest Giants content from me and Nikki. And of course, follow Nikki at NikkiNick9384. And then, of course, me at DBHan on Twitter. As always, have a great week, and we will see you next week. Go Giants.
Go Knicks.
Go Knicks. Oh, my God. Yeah. Knicks in 5. Oh, my God.
Knicks in 5 tomorrow, baby. Go Knicks. Nova Knicks.